Okay, today I'm back with another video. So today, guys, I'm going to show you how to get this very neutral, it's kind of smoky, got a little glitz to it, eye look and a neutral lip. And the main focus of the show is this beautiful Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basic palette. This palette actually retails for $54, but I can see why it's $54. I mean, this is beautiful. Actually, this palette is really on sale. I got this palette for only $27, and it's very heavy. I mean, it's not cheap packaging, and the packaging is gorgeous. It actually happens to be one of my favorite packages of the Urban Decay makeup eyeshadow palettes. And you have this huge compact mirror. Let me wipe it off, it's kind of dirty. So this palette has a very wide variety of colors, mainly cooler tones. You have a couple of warm tones in the palette, and I mean, they're all just so gorgeous. The shades in the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palettes are neutral enough for pretty much every skin color, from cool skin tones to olive skin tones and even darker skin tones. I'm gagging over this, and it happens to be the same formula that's inside of the other Urban Decay Naked palettes, and which is a very velvety, smooth, creamy formula as far as the pigments, and they show up, as you can see, very gorgeous on the eye. And I'm going to give you a tutorial on how I got this look here. And before we get into the tutorial, I'm going to do a couple of swatches on my arm so you can see how the colors swatch. And yeah, let's just get into the swatch demo. Okay, the first eyeshadow we have here is the eyeshadow Blow, and this is a light nude that is demi matte. Here is Nude, which is a soft pink nude matte. So the next shade here is Commando, which is a light taupe brown shade, and it is also matte. All of the colors are pretty much matte, and this is Commando here. The next color we have here is Tempted, and it is a very mauve color, and this is a pale brown matte, and you can see that my skin color is pretty much a medium to dark skin tone, so I am a more olive skin tone. So all of these shades that are in the top row are not going to show up as much on me as it would show up on a pale to light skin tone. This color here is Instinct, and it is a medium pink taupe. It is more on the mauve side, along with this color here. The last color in this top row of the palette is called Lethal, and it is a reddish brown matte color. And this is the entire top row. Okay, starting on the bottom row here, I have Pregame, which is a pale yellow matte color. Next here I have Extra Bitter, which is my favorite color that's inside of the palette, and it is a very burnt orange matte color. I love this color. Here is the color Faith, which is a medium warm brown. Here is the color Lockout. It is a rich neutral brown. This here is the color Magnet, and it was an unexpected color to be placed in the palette, and it's kind of showing up a little purple undertone on the camera, but it is a smoky gray matte. And last but not least, we have here Blackjack, which is just a warm black matte color in the palette, and this is the entire bottom row. Alright guys, so now that we've talked a little bit about the palette, we're just going to jump right into the tutorial and show you how these eyeshadows perform on the eye. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright guys, switching over to voiceover mode to create this beautiful look. We're going to take the first color, Commando and Faith, and we're just going to mix those two colors to create our transition shade. And I'm using that fluffy blending brush just to buff out that color all in my crease and a little bit above my crease which is where our transition is going to go. Now we're going to take my favorite color in the palette, which is Extra Bitter, and we're going to put that directly into the crease. And I am switching over to a more defined tip crease brush to diffuse that color out into our crease. Now we're going to take a bullet crease brush, and this is the color Lethal, and we're going to put that right into our crease, our outer crease to be exact. And we're going to switch back over to that same brush we used to blend out Extra Bitter, and we're going to just use the leftover product from that brush to buff the color Lethal out. Now we're going to take Commando and Tempted, and we're going to smoke that out on our bottom lash line. Oh yeah, do a little dance, shake the hair, oh yeah. Now we're going to take Lethal on that same bullet crease brush, and we're going to put that tighter in our lash line. Switching over to a perfect sister palette to any neutral shade palette, we're going to take our Fenty Beauty palette, and I'm going to take these two colors on the very end, the two lighter shades in the palette, and we're just going to take our finger, do a little finger blend on the lid to add dimension and a little glitter. Now going back in with the first brush we used for our transition color, we're just going to buff out the edges so the glitter isn't everywhere. Taking one of my favorite mascaras, this is this Chanel mascara, we're going to coat the top and bottom lashes. Now to brush away that excess powder we placed there before our eyeshadow to bake, we're going to brush all of that off. Now I'm going to take my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm going to create a very basic wing. Okay, you should get back to the tutorial. You're feeling yourself a little too much. Alright, now I'm going to pop on some Cocoa Lashes, and we're going to take the first color in the palette, which is Blow, and we're going to put that into our tear duct. Spraying on some MAC Fix Plus, and we are finished, dolls. Alright guys, so I had so much fun creating this look for you guys, and I am totally thumbsing, whichever way you say it, up this palette because this is gorgeous. It's beautiful. The eyeshadows are creamy, velvety, just like the actual Naked Skin palettes that have all came out. I love that they stick to the same formula. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did enjoy this video, please go down and give me a thumbs up below. And as always, like, comment, share, subscribe to Kirsten and I YouTube channel. And if you do decide to subscribe to our channel, turn on your bell notifications so you get a ping every time we post. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time on Karma Playhouse. Deuces.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Miesha, and you've been watching
Karma Playhouse. If you like challenges
and DIYs, remember to watch more of our videos.
and smash the subscribe button below.
Deuces.